It's 8 a.m. I'm about to go and do my first craft fair of the season. Last year, I decided I was just going to go to ones which I felt had a chance of success, and this one does. I know the organizer, the two that she did last year were successful for me, so I'm doing it. It's 3rd of July. They are going to have a big fireworks show this evening, and during the day, they're going to have this big craft fair in the park. So let me show you what I've got packed up so far. All right, here's what I have in the house right now. I haven't put it in the car yet. I have my inventory. All of it in this little box. I have everything arranged. Ocean, nature, children's sizes. I have some Valentines. I have quite a bit of Halloween. Going to be giving that an out-of-season try. Plus some other random things all in here. I have all my display stuff in here. That's actually taken up the most amount of room. Actually, not all of it is in here. I have a special tray in this hand for Halloween items. I have my cash box and cash, a price list, some trays, just some displays, stuff like that. I have 2 white tablecloths for the 2 tables, and I have this blue piece of fabric for throwing over everything if I have to get up to use the bathroom or get something to eat or drink. I also have these fun stand-up hands for displaying some things, so those will be on the table too. Already in the car, I've got my umbrella, 2 tables, light card tables, a wagon for pulling everything, and I got a couple chairs back there too. I've also packed up my lunch. I have a lot of drinks. I have 2 iced teas and several waters and a small snack. I'm not bringing too much food. I don't know how hungry I'm going to be. It's going to be about 85 degrees, and because of that, I don't want to bring too much of anything that's going to go bad or that's not going to survive the heat. So I'm going to head out now. Here is the car fully packed with my boxes and inventory and stuff like that. I did renew my nursery license for plants, but I'm not bringing plants right now. There's just too many variables as there are at this time, so I'm just going to do my beads. So I'm heading out. Wish me luck. Well, I'm home but exhausted. I've unloaded part of the car and watered all my plants and put away what I could put away right now. The rest I'll deal with tomorrow. The event was a good event, but poorly attended. Seems to be a problem up here. I think part of the problem was it was July 3rd. They have a big fireworks event that night, but it's still a work day for a lot of people. I'm not quite sure why they picked that day, but I don't think they'll be picking it again. In spite of that, we had a big turnout of vendors there, which was nice. The place was full of vendors, lots of people. It was a really nice turnout. There was a lot of good feeling in the air and a lot of different people selling things. That said, I think most people did not do too well money-wise. My neighbors did not sell anything, maybe one thing, and the other person made $10. I made about $50 and $52 to be exact. And I probably would have made more, but one person did not have enough cash. The other person couldn't get their Venmo to work, so there was a couple situations like that. But the $52 I made, I was actually happy with, considering what a low turnout there was, and so many booths did not get anyone at all. Also, I am doing a little project here to see if my side jobs, all my little side jobs, will pay my property taxes. My property taxes are due twice a year, and I think March or April, and then in December. I think it's every 6 months. And they are $2,400 for the whole year and $1,200 per payment, one in the spring, one in the fall. So the money I made today pushed me over the halfway point for my December payment. So I'm feeling pretty good about that. That was kind of nice. I was happy with my table setup. I don't know, I seem to have gotten it right this time. I think the white tablecloths were helpful. I think the way I had things laid out were helpful. People were looking things, people were trying things on. I'm going to do a small amount of changing of positioning now that I've seen how it is, but I really liked how this worked out. I liked how the white tablecloths made everything pop, and it was a good setup and attracted people to the table. I was also happy because most of my stuff is between $3 and $5, and to make the money I made with so few people, I had to sell quite a few pieces. So that was good. A lot of us expected it to be really hot because that was what was in the forecast, but it was actually, though it was in the 80s, there was a very cool breeze. We're right by the lake there, and there was a cool breeze, and sometimes the breeze turned into wind. And my neighbor to the left, a couple times it knocked stuff off of her table, and she had a few things that were broken, and it almost took off with one or two canopies, and once it did take off with a canopy. So that was kind of strange. Every once in a while there'd be a big gust of wind. It wasn't an ongoing wind, but just when you would relax, there'd be wind. I had some of my necklaces displayed on those necklace stand-up cards that show necklaces, and they fell over every time a breeze went by, so I just got rid of those, put them back in the box. I was lucky. I brought an umbrella with me, and I was fully prepared to sit in the sun, but it turned out there was plenty of room to put people in the shade. They oriented the craft fair differently than in the past, and I had a nice place in the shade, which was good because that umbrella would have been a constant torment with the wind. I was able to just tuck it under the table and sit under the trees very comfortably. I had brought some food with me. I brought some apple bread and some eggs and lots of cold drinks, and it was okay. I finished all my food up by about 12:30 because I hadn't had breakfast, and I was pretty hungry. I thought I would maybe purchase something, but I didn't want to, and I'm pretty much a clean eater, and I saw a lot of stuff with salt, and I don't know, I just could not deal with it. So I waited till I got home and had a nice big salad. But I was kind of peckish there for a while in the afternoon. But I did like my place there under the trees. It was very comfortable. It was on a pathway, so a lot of people passed by, and I had some nice conversations and some nice chats. My only problem, and it continues to be a problem, is getting stuff from the car to the spot. I was very fortunate that when I got there, I was able to park my car right by the entrance, and it was right by where I was sitting, so I didn't even need my wagon. So I just grabbed one box and one table at a time and just walked it over to my spot, which was great. I had to move my car for the duration of the event, and when I came back, I couldn't park it quite that close, but it was pretty close. But that is very fatiguing, the dragging of equipment. I don't have a spouse or a helper like many of the people there, and I'm dragging everything myself back and forth, one table at a time, one chair at a time. I'm not particularly strong either, but that's just a detail. But I think that's one of the reasons why I'm pretty wiped out. I did not use the wagon going back either because, again, I was able to consolidate. I have made more money on these things when I brought plants to sell, and I did renew my nursery license. I just have not had an opportunity to do that this year. My big money maker right now is going to be the Airbnb across the road, and that's done. I have to just mop the floor and take some pictures and do a video for you. There was a little mouse problem in there, and that had to be resolved. It's been resolved. Now I can go full steam ahead with that. So that's going to be my real money maker, and it's taken up a lot of the time I would have spent propagating cactuses and doing stuff like that. Also, the getting cactuses into the car, out of the car, any plant, again, it just adds one more thing for me to do by myself. So I really have to think that one through. There's going to be a few more fairs coming up where it'll be easier to bring those items in and out due to the proximity of the cars and all that. So I'm going to have to look at that and decide how I want to handle it. It sure was nice to just have a couple of boxes for those beaded items. It just was so much easier. So that was my first craft fair of the year. I might be doing some more. I saw the person who manages the farmers market I was at last year, and we talked about my coming back, but we'll have to see. I'm so much busier this year, and I just don't know if I can do it. They changed the day, and evidently it's going well, but I just don't know if I can add that. We'll see what happens. But I'll count this as a success. I managed to make money, even though there was not a lot of money to be made. And I'm halfway to paying my property taxes, and I still have months to go. So that made me feel pretty good, too. I do enjoy doing this. It's fun. It's fun to see what people buy, what people like. And I am getting a little low on stock, so I hope to start doing some more bead making here pretty soon. I'm seeing holes in my inventory, and things I used to have a lot of are just kind of slowly disappearing, which is good. It's nice. So that was my first foray back into craft fairs for 2025, and we'll just see where this takes me. Thank you so much for watching.